Dewi Putri Indonesia, Frederica ingin menunjukkan bahwa sosok putri bukan hanya memiliki penampilan luar yang memukau, namun juga mampu memanfaatkan platform yang ia miliki untuk melakukan aksi nyata yang bermanfaat bagi masyarakat.
Cantik indah senyummu, kaulah wanita seutuhnya. Kilau terlihat di hatimu, terpancar indah di matamu.
Hi Fred.
Hi.
Good to finally be able to talk to you and dig deeper about you in person.
I know. We haven't had a proper chit chat, so
Yeah,
it's
we've
good.
been wanting to meet in Bali, but yeah, the timing's not right. So Fred, do you want to share with us what motivated you to join Putri Indonesia in the first place?
Okay, so the first thing that motivated me was probably the opportunities that I could get from joining a competition like Putri Indonesia. As we all know, Putri Indonesia adalah salah satu ajang prestigious di Indonesia. And I think being a young woman, I was only 19 when I decided to join. And I learned that you could, you know, gain so much life experience and opportunities from social work, from political work. I mean, there's a whole broad of things that you could do. So I thought, why not? This is a way to educate myself as well.
Okay, so the way you see it, it's how you upgrade yourself.
Upgrade. Karena kan kalau
as a
misalnya,
person.
education doesn't always have to be
Formal.
formal. It can
course.
be through experiences like this, and I
Yeah.
truly believe that I learned so much from it.
It's a wrap!
Satu-satu bisa hapus make up. Dua jaga kulit tetap mulus. Tiga cocok untuk skincare.
Meremajakan kulit, merawat kulit berjerawat, melembabkan.
Zaitun Mustika Ratu, mantap untuk pijat. Melembutkan kulit yang kering.
Satu lagi.
Setiap tetesan minyak zaitun Mustika Ratu kaya manfaat untuk kecantikan dan menutrisi kulit.
Dua lagi. Buat bibir lembab. Tiga lagi. Aroma relaksasi. Zaitun Mustika Ratu, banyak manfaatnya.
Minyak zaitun Mustika Ratu, sayangi kulitmu, cintai dirimu.
You have, seeing the person that you are now, it must also be from the experiences that you got
Yeah, of
from
course.
Putri
yeah.
Indonesia. But 19 years old, that's one of the youngest Putri Indonesia ever crowned, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
right? And so what were you doing when you were 19 and thinking of joining Putri Indonesia?
So at the time, I was still focused on my studies, but I realized that I wasn't quite, I mean, I was young, I was adventurous, so I wasn't quite happy with what I was studying at the time. So I decided, you know what, I think I need to experience more in life to figure out what I want to do. So that's why I joined.
I completely feel you,
Yeah.
because I was in a similar shoes back when I was joining Putri Indonesia, and being in Putri Indonesia is quite a unique opportunity where you, as one person, you have to do so many different roles. And of course, kayak for us, itu menarik ya, karena we have a taste of a little bit of everything. Jadi mungkin that opens up our horizons of the possibilities that are out there.
Yeah.
And jadi awal kamu ikut, you wanted to upgrade yourself. But being a 19-year-old that you were, when you were in the selection process, was it hard for you? How was it?
I mean, pastinya prosesnya itu sangat selektif ya, because it is a very prestigious competition.
Of course.
Dan pasti mereka punya kriteria yang sangat tinggi. And to be honest, I was very nervous joining because I was like, what if I don't get in? I mean, what if I don't even make it in? Because waktu itu bahasa Indonesia aku juga agak kurang, dan yeah, I wasn't very, like, I'm not model tall. I'm just standard. So I was like, I have a lot of obstacles going for me, but you know what? I'm just gonna try and go through the selection process. Waktu itu aku apply buat mewakili Lampung, tapi akhirnya dikasih SASH DKI Jakarta.
Which is where you're born.
Yeah, where I was born.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand when you're saying, oh, they have certain standards that sometimes you feel like you don't necessarily fit there, but I think your other qualities speak for itself and it shine through.
Yeah.
It's amazing because I remember I was looking at the social media back then. I wasn't a Putri yet, and I remember you're the girl in red, and everyone, and I mean all the pageant portals went crazy, and none of that focused on your height. It was on your unique quality, your skills, and I think
I mean, I think that beauty will open the door for you, but it takes your own personal individual qualities that will get you the job.
Amen. Super well said.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, right, what was the first thing going on in your head when you were chosen as Putri Indonesia only when you were 19? What went on there?
What was going on? Aku masih ingat banget pada saat itu aku udah langsung mikir Ibu Putri dan semua juri sudah kasih aku responsibility yang sangat besar. Then they took a big risk and chance on me. Banyak juga orang yang mungkin kurang setuju atau kurang support aku awalnya pas menang karena mereka lihat you know, I was mixed race, I couldn't really speak Indonesian, so how could I really represent the country? So pada saat itu aku harus membuktikan bahwa Ibu Putri and all the other judges did the right thing by choosing me and also prove everyone who doubted me wrong. So the first thing was I need to get to work. Aku harus bekerja keras. Aku harus udah mulai nih persiapan buat ke ajang internasional. Harus persiapan untuk bertugas sebagai Putri Indonesia. I have to do my best.
What was it? What was it that you thought was? What was the preparations that you did?
Preparations?
Did you remember? Yeah. What was your big homework?
My homework is probably like studying every day, mulai belajar bahasa Indonesia lagi dari awal, kayak conversational bahasa Indonesia, formal bahasa, karena kan kalau misalnya sehari-hari biasanya pakai bahasa Inggris. So, karena seringnya kita di-interview oleh media Indonesia, pastinya kita harus ngelatih lagi bahasa Indonesia yang formal. So, that was my main, I remember Ibu Putri bilang, kamu harus mulai belajar bahasa Indonesia yang baik dan benar ya. And I'm like, yes Ibu, I promise you I will. So that was my main homework. Besides that, I think it was truly just, you know, building my confidence, finding ways where I could inspire others, like learning how to connect with my audience.
Wow, it takes a whole lot of, I think, mindfulness and knowledge about yourself to stumble upon that realization, right? Kaya, I think especially when you are only 19, that willingness to learn, the grit to work on yourself for others, I think that is something that we all, pageant lovers and people in Yayasan Putri Indonesia, remembers about you even until now.
Oh, thank you.
And kalau menurut Fred sendiri, apa sih hal yang paling penting yang Fred dapetin selama menjadi Putri Indonesia?
Yang paling penting banyak ya, yang misalnya pengalaman hidup yang aku pelajari dari experience Putri Indonesia. Mungkin salah satunya adalah, you know, it doesn't really matter about the dress, about the makeup you wear, if you're not a good individual inside, or if you're not hardworking from the inside, nothing will change, nothing will improve about yourself. Then I think I also learned that not everyone has the best intentions for you, and I think you as a person have to figure out what's best for you as well. Karena pasti dalam Putri Indonesia banyak banget yang mau kasih input and criticism or like advice. And of course be open to it. But no one will know you more than yourself.
Amen.
So I think I had to learn that from a young age.
And that shapes you into the person that you are now, right? Hebat sih Putri Indonesia, memang I think banyak banget merubah in a very good way ya. Who we are, kayak ibaratnya kawah chandra di muka gitu, kita benar-benar ditempa untuk jadi orang yang otherwise maybe kalau nggak lewat Putri Indonesia, so many lessons we wouldn't have learned, right? And at such a young age, no less.
You have to be so mentally strong.
I know, and you were only 19, right? Is there any tips that you want to share to maybe the coming Putri or even anyone, right? When they're handling so much pressure at such a young age, how did you manage to be so emotionally controlled and persevere?
I mean, I can't take all the credit for myself because I did have a great team behind me. Pasti aku punya banyak tim dan dapat support dan bantuan juga dari yayasan. If I was alone, maybe I wouldn't be able to make it. But I think the most important thing is not comparing yourself. Because I know that young girls especially, they like to compare their success with other people's success or themselves with other girls, especially di industri yang kita sering bertemu dengan, you know, other women. You might feel some insecurities. So just learning that what makes you unique is not just your beauty, but it's like comes from the inside. I think that I had to constantly remind myself that.
Yeah, I feel you. Especially being in an industry where it's literally called beauty pageant, right?
Yeah,
it's a beauty pageant.
Yeah, I hate the term because orang awam selalu berpikiran bahwa beauty pageant, ya berarti kamu dijudge with your beauty, you know, and it's like it's so much more than that. You have to like go into a conversation about it. And I could talk about this all day.
I will be there with you.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. It's the fight that we every day kita harus lakuin ya, kasih orang lihat bahwa walaupun memang ya namanya beauty our field is beauty pageant, but it's a lot more.
Oh, it's a lot more
than just that.
Not everyone can do it. I mean, you're putting yourself behind the job, behind the responsibilities. You're putting other people as a priority, not yourself. And it's hard for any human being to do that. I mean, kalau misalnya kamu ada masalah dalam kehidupan pribadi kamu harus utamakan pekerjaan sebelum masalah kepribadian. So it's hard to balance that. Nggak ada social life, you know.
Practically.
Schedule-nya sangat hektik. Dan kamu harus selalu punya standard yang tinggi, maksudnya kayak public punya image yang sangat tinggi for you. So you have to like fulfill those roles and you know, you have big shoes to fill as well being a Putri Indonesia.
Exactly.
And it's tiring.
It is, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's a lot of fun at the same time and good experience, but it's a hard job.
It is. I feel you. And especially like in beauty pageant, I think it's quite a unique job karena as you so perfectly put, you put others' needs and you put the role in front, you know. So agak susahnya adalah when you do when it's like public figure yang nggak cuma Putri Indonesia, there's still room for you to make mistakes because at the end of the day you're you and you're human. But when you're a Putri Indonesia, you're a role model and people demand perfection.
You're an ambassador, you're a role model, you're the the idea, the embodiment of what truly makes an Indonesian woman, you know. Pasti beban yang sangat besar.
So what happens if you feel that kind of burden atau rasa lelah, rasa jenuh? What do you do?
Well, I think I've always had a very strong mentality from a young age because I think since I was young, I've always been a fighter. I've always had a fighter mentality. So I was able to handle the pressure very well through my experiences. But for those who haven't experienced, much challenges in their life, I guess it would be more difficult. So I guess I have the upper hand. But what I can say is that I love a challenge. I think that kalau misalnya kita mengalami tantangan dalam hidup itu salah satu cara kita bisa belajar lebih dalam tentang diri kita sendiri dan lebih improve diri kita juga. So from challenges, you learn to, get
better yourself.
Yeah, and prepare for future success as well.
Amen. Amen. And speaking about challenges, what do you think was the most challenging part as a Putri? Or maybe if you'd like to share your lowest moment when you were a Putri Indonesia.
You know what? I think my lowest moment, mungkin nggak terlalu banyak orang yang tahu ini, atau maybe some people don't have the same experiences. Tapi for me, there's a term that I think I had in my head where it's like post-competition blues.
Apa tuh?
Kayak setelah kan kita misalnya dipilih jadi Putri Indonesia, kamu harus berkompetisi di ajang apa? For me it was Miss Universe. So like for the whole year selain bertugas sebagai Putri Indonesia, I was preparing for the competition. I had a target, I had a mission. Nah ini target aku, ini mimpi aku, ini goals aku. Pasti like I wanted to do my best. You wanted to win, or like you did all you could. Nah setelah kompetisinya berakhir di Miss Universe, setelah udah dapat hasil dan pulang ke Indonesia, ada kayak post competition blues di mana kayak kok udah selesai ya? Tugas aku udah selesai. Maksudnya kayak aku udah mewakili Indonesia di Miss Universe, and bentar lagi mau crowning Putri Indonesia yang baru. Jadi ada kayak rasa-rasa kayak aduh, apalagi ya yang aku harus lakuin? Kayak udah beres nih, cepet banget. So I felt like that was the lowest point because it took time for me to realize that, now my dream is over. I have to move on to another dream.
And how did you overcome that? Right? Over feeling that low point is one thing, but at the end of the day, what speaks about you is how do you find that next goal?
I mean, it took time. Time heals, I guess. Dan untungnya setelah Putri Indonesia, I had a lot of moment for myself because, with the whole pandemic, kita dikasih waktu untuk, reflect, self-reflection, waktu untuk sendiri dulu. Dan I really tried to figure out, okay, aku mau kemana nih karir aku, mau apa tujuan aku, goals aku, mau apa selanjutnya. Miss Universe is already done. People are always going to remember me from that, but I want to be remembered as someone else now that's in my past. So, self-reflection, taking time for yourself is what healed me.
Jadi teman-teman mungkin di rumah yang lagi nonton bisa ingat bahwa even seorang Fred itu pernah ngerasain yang namanya, self-doubt, even like I understood. I think maybe in other terms, you kind of start questioning whether Putri did I peak?
Yeah. Like, was that it?
Was that
my peak in my life? Bener banget.
Jadi achieving is one thing, right? But what we choose to do after a big achievement is what shows your true colors and quality as a person. And again, right, seeing how you are now handling yourself and seeing the success that you make on your own, I can safely say, on behalf of people, you did not peak. You're only getting there. Thank
you. Yeah. I mean, in life, you're always gonna peak, and then you go down, and you just need to find your other peak. Jadi kalau misalnya ada orang yang ngerasa lagi down momennya atau apa, it's just life getting ready, making you prepare for your next peak. So
amin. Aku sambil catat dan ingetin diri aku sendiri sih, because I think that's very, very important. When you are a Putri Indonesia, we all know that you're very passionate and you do a lot of social projects. How did you balance that with the responsibilities of being a Putri and your preparation for your international competition?
I I mean, luckily the job goes hand in hand because, you know, being a Putri Indonesia, a big part of it is helping out the community and giving back. It might have not been the way that I wanted to give, like, you know, I had other concerns. Misalnya kayak aku punya awareness or social awareness yang kepengen aku fokus, tapi karena kita Putri Indonesia, kita harus mewakili semuanya dan kita harus bantu semuanya. So we had to really like balance our time with your own personal social project and Putri Indonesia's social projects as well. So it was challenging. It was very challenging. But again, I had a really good team behind me that could help balance out I could help, you know, give delegation to other people, not just me. So, yeah,
something to take away also, right? Sometimes being a Putri Indonesia or someone who is, you know, a fighter in general, you kind of feel like you need to do so many things by yourself. But learning from you, it's the support system.
Support system. Dan mungkin itu salah satu hal yang susah buat orang yang misalnya perfectionist. Karena I think of myself as a perfectionist sometimes. Untuk kasih delegation atau, you know, give other people the responsibility. It's so hard for me. Awalnya susah banget kayak.
I know.
You know,
what
like
that means,
you want to do it yourself,
but you know how you want to do it.
Because you know how you want to do it, and you know if you do it yourself pasti puas. Tapi kalau misalnya kita mau ngelakuin semuanya sendiri, nggak mungkin bisa, apalagi schedule kita padat, kita harus prepare buat training, jadi kita harus mulai belajar untuk give delegation, give trust to others, and you know, learn about how you can communicate well with others as well.
Of course, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Learning all that when you're only 19.
I know.
Other people mungkin nggak belajar sampai mereka on their late 20s after you know years of work, professional experience, baru belajar delegate, baru belajar kerja bagus in a team. But on you know 19, if life wasn't preparing you for something big, right?
I mean, like the whole experience, it's like a speed run to be, you know, being a more mature woman, learning to be a better individual. Like it really was like in 1 year you learned so much and you just, you know, improved yourself.
There's something that I'm like curious. Every time aku ketemu seorang putri, it seems like their whole life itu, at least a big part of it, is being transformed through the process of being Putri Indonesia. And now they are a more upgraded, better versions of themselves. And I wanted to know, with this version of you, after your experience, is there anything that you would have done differently? Or if you are now like, detik ini Frat, kamu sekarang jadi putri gitu?
Sebenarnya walaupun banyak benefitsnya pada saat itu aku join di usia yang sangat muda, misalnya aku jadi kayak, the fear of like failure wasn't there yet.
Really?
Yeah, because like, yaudah kalau join I was like, nothing to lose nih, kayak yaudah join aja, have fun, enjoying the experience, and you're very naive. You never think about consequences when you're 19. Konsekuensinya apa? Misalnya I don't win, what's the consequence? You don't know.
You think you still have time.
you think you still have time because you're so young. But at the same time, when you're 19, you're still trying to figure out yourself. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest, every time I tried to inspire others, I always found myself replaying my own words to myself because I was like, do I really believe in what I'm saying? Because I'm 19. So mungkin secara maturity, yes, I was mature for my age, but I didn't really know who I was yet. And I think being, you know, taking that responsibility, whether it's being a Putri Indonesia or being an ambassador of any kind, you need to really know yourself. And I felt like if I joined at a more older age, maybe now I would have known what I wanted, I know where I wanted to go, and I know myself, and I've had more life experience to share to others. Maybe I could have, you know, made more improvements or touched more people's hearts. But, you know, that's God's path for me.
God's timing.
So I don't regret anything, but maybe I would have waited a bit longer to join just so that I know myself and experience more in life.
Well, I think I speak for everyone to say that the 19 years old version of you was exactly the kind of Putri Indonesia and Indonesian representative we needed and we deserved.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you.
Okay, speaking about being a Putri now, right? We talked about the challenges of being a Putri. Now we talk about the privileges being a Putri. What do you think it was for you?
There was so much privilege. I mean, just walking into a room and then people knowing who you are, I feel like a lot of people respect you.
Yeah.
Karena ya Putri Indonesia has been around for many years, puluhan tahun, dan mereka udah ada reputasi yang sangat bagus di sini. Gak hanya ya orang publik juga tahu bahwa Putri Indonesia is not just beautiful, but they're also smart, inspiring, they're a role model. So they created this image for you that you don't even have to say anything, and people already respect you. You know, they're already in awe of you because of being Putri Indonesia. So that did open a lot of doors. Dan aku bisa bilang kesuksesan aku, karir aku sekarang juga karena Putri Indonesia sangat membantu juga jadi batu loncatan dalam karir di dunia entertainment as well. And yeah, I mean, other privileges, of course, you learn more about Indonesia through others, getting to meet a lot of people.
Of course.
But yeah, mungkin itu sih, like the image that you built after your career.
Yeah. Then again, right, if we see it in a different perspective, benar sih kamu bilang, Putri Indonesia itu semua orang tahu yang bisa menjadi seorang Putri Indonesia itu kan orang yang has it all. Brains, beauty, behavior, you name it. But then again, if you look at it from a different perspective, it does give you, in one hand, it does give you that kind of respect, tapi on the other hand, it should make you feel kayak the fact that I got this title, berarti sebenarnya I have all that within me. Gitu. Itu yang kadang kayak, even aku juga question myself sometimes. I know what you're going through. There's doubts in being a role model. Am I just saying this or do I genuinely believe it? Do I apply it? Tapi setelah looking back, ngelihat jadi putri itu nggak gampang sama sekali. There are times when we need to like give ourselves a good pat in the back, right? And like, we did a good job. We did a good job. Everything that the privileges that we get, some part of it definitely kayak a blessing, tapi some part of it itu memang karena kita punya quality and grit.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. You said it very well.
Yeah, and it sometimes kalau kita setelah jadi putri even lagi down, ingat-ingat kayak we went through all that. Yeah, we have it within us to
go
take on
through
whatever.
More challenges. Bring it on.
Bring it on. It's not like I didn't face harder challenges when I was a putri. Benar nggak sih kayak?
Iya benar
putri
banget.
Kita udah pernah kok ngadepin ini. Masa yang kayak gini nggak bisa?
Iya benar banget. Yeah, like it definitely does make you a mentally stronger individual.
Nah sekarang kalau menurut kamu nih, of course dalam kesuksesan dan sekarang adanya nama besar Yayasan Putri Indonesia dan pemilihan Putri Indonesia, pasti ada orang-orang yang berjasa di belakang itu. Adanya Eyang Muriati Sudibyo, ada Ibu Putri Kuswisnuwardani, ada Mustika Ratu. What are your thoughts about their role in progressing Putri Indonesia and women empowerment in general?
I think that they also deserve a big applaud because udah bertahun-tahun mereka bisa bangun image dan platform di Indonesia for beauty pageants, you know, like they're one of the first, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, sebelum, I mean, now there's a huge fan base, but when they started, who knew about? Who knew about Miss Universe? Siapa yang tahu Miss Universe? You know, pas awal Putri Indonesia.
Jangankan tahu. Udah tahu pun belum tentu suka.
Iya benar kan. So they went through a lot, dan apalagi saat itu banyak obstacles dan tantangannya. As we know, you know, it's still a very risky topic, beauty pageants here. You know, ajang kecantikan. Ya pasti there's people who disagree with it, and they had to go through a lot to get to where they are now and to change the public's point of view. Dan apalagi yang run dan manage semuanya adalah dua wanita yang punya very strong, very like inspiring qualities. It's like, it's definitely a big move for women empowerment here. Karena nggak banyak juga CEOs yang women at the time, and for Ibu Muriati to create so much impact and change for women, I think that's huge, and I think that a lot of women now still look up to her.
Of course.
Because until this day, dia masih terus belajar, masih terus berusaha untuk mencoba hal baru. I mean, she was a movie director not long ago.
I know.
At the age of 90. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Sultan Agung, yeah. So I think we could learn from her still this day, that no matter how old you are, no matter what gender you are, you can still keep doing things, enter new industries, and create, make an impact in any way you decide.
Touch others while doing so. That's benar sih what you said.
Yeah.
She breaks glasses, ceilings, so she's just trying new things and proving people wrong.
Yeah, benar.
All throughout, while empowering others, while educating others. I think that's something that we will forever be grateful to have our paths cross with someone like that. Yeah.
And for me, aku anggap Putri Indonesia adalah salah satu pekerjaan pertama aku ya.
Yeah.
So it's like my first job. Then the first impression you get from the first boss you meet is like so important.
Of course.
And what they teach you pasti berbekas.
Yeah.
Then saya sangat appreciate. Then I was very lucky to have Ibu Putri there to help guide me as well and give me very, good advice and a lot of support, and having another female, woman who went through the same things that I did and tried to help guide me was very meaningful, life-changing, and it made me feel that, as a woman you can achieve what you set your mind to.
Yeah. And speaking of achieving what you set your mind to, we all know that you are the highest achieving Indonesian representative until this very second. Do you have anything that you'd like to share in terms of what did you do differently, or what do you want to share? Hopefully in the future ada yang bisa follow your footsteps.
Yeah, of course. Mungkin yang aku ingin share adalah don't be scared to take chances. A lot of people, they're too scared to go out of their comfort zone. But if you don't go out of your comfort zone, how can you really change yourself or make improvements in your life? You have to dare to be bold, and sometimes you have to stand up to others. And sometimes you have people who disagree with you. But you will manage to do it all if you're the one that knows what's right for you at the end of the day. So it's also your path, your destiny. If you're not gonna step in and say what you want to say, who else is gonna do it for you?
Right. Yeah, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Jadi buat teman-teman yang pengen tahu, a big part of Fred's success is being able to fight for what you believe is the best path for you.
Yeah.
Amen. Semoga ya, walaupun people who are watching, mungkin gak semuanya perwakilan Indonesia ke ajang internasional, but hopefully what you're sharing with them bisa diaplikasikan ke kehidupan dan obstacles yang mereka laluin.
Of course.
On a daily basis.
Benar banget.
I'm gonna go back, and every time I face an obstacle, I'll remember what you said to me. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
I remember Fred saying that.
Yeah. You need to take chances in order to make improvements. Kalau misalnya ikutin cara yang lama selalu, yang ada improvements, nggak ada yang hal baru yang kita bisa pelajari. But if you take the chance, even if you're gonna fail while doing it, at least you did it your way, dan nggak menyesal kan.
Okay. Amen. So you guys, if you're in need of a sign to take chances, this is
your sign, guys. Go do it.
Okay. Now kalau kita berandai-andai, if you could turn back time and you can say one or two things to your freshly crowned 19-year-old self, what would you say to her?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. I would give her a hug first and be like, you did great. first of all, you did great. Pasti kamu bakal ngalamin banyak ups and downs, and you're gonna experience so many new things. I mean, it's gonna be a long road ahead, but you're gonna do fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Most of all, have fun. Don't take it too seriously as well. Try to enjoy the moments because pasti semuanya akan berakhir sangat cepat. Jadi coba to really make every opportunity precious. Because you never realize how much it meant until it's all over, right? When it's all over, it's like, wow, that's so fast. But when you're doing it, kita selalu ingin kayak, oh, when is it gonna end? But then when it's over, it's like, oh, you look back and then you're like,
gimana ya kalau mau hidupin, how do we live back that moment?
Yeah,
gitu,
so just enjoy the moment. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't take things too seriously. From the start, don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're gonna do great,
And you're doing great.
Yeah.
So you can say that to your old self now.
I'm doing great,
Okay. Now we talk about you as this version of you. Apa sih yang kamu rasain perubahan paling besar di dalam diri kamu setelah menjadi Putri Indonesia?
Semakin sabar sih. Semakin sabar dalam semua angles karena ya dari kepribadiannya jadi orang yang lebih sabar, lebih wise. Because you know you have to deal with so much pressure, stress, mungkin ada dramanya atau apa. Jadi setelah semuanya berakhir kita jadi kayak, oh yeah, there's stress and anxiety, emotions, they won't lead to anything. So I learned to handle my emotions very well. After the whole competition, I became a better me. Like aku sekarang lebih hati-hati dalam menjalani sesuatu. Harus, kalau misalnya I have to be really ready, prepare myself mentally, and I take my mental health very importantly now. Like mental clarity and everything is so important.
That's actually something, like that's a fresh point after interviewing a lot of Putris. I think you're the first that touched base on mental clarity and mental health. So I think that's good for you, right? And I think that's good that you raised this in this conversation as well, the importance of being just mentally there and stable.
Oh, it's so important. I mean, I think there's a lot of pressure that young girls experience dan untuk selalu tampil perfect dan banyak orang yang criticize. Kita mungkin kerja sama dengan orang yang nggak punya tujuan yang sama dengan kita. Itu kan bikin kita sangat stressed or like it doesn't do much good to our mental health. And I mean, I know that it can lead to serious mental health issues if you continue living a life like that. I mean, bless her name, like I had my Miss Universe sister, she dealt with mental health issues and no one knew about it. So I think it's a huge sign and a huge awakening that you have to prioritize your mental health. No job is worth experiencing health issues, no matter if it's like kesehatan in general or like mental kesehatan. Like I think
something yang nggak bisa kita lihat kayak kesehatan di sini.
Kita harus sadar diri. We have to really like take a moment and like you said, self-reflection is so important. So after the competition, I truly felt like I learned to handle my emotions better. If you're gonna always get upset or angry at every situation, it's just so draining. I mean, things are gonna happen. Pasti banyak masalah hidup yang bakal terjadi, but it's your reaction that matters. It's your reaction that makes you upset. The problems are still gonna be there. So
how you choose to deal with it is what matters. And I think it's incredibly empowering and inspiring how you can show us that throughout your journey of touching people's life and doing things for others, you end up being able to be there for yourself too. And I think it's a big lesson that I hope more people can learn from you.
Oh, yeah, of course. And you too.
Last but not least, I have something for you. And yeah, it's a gift. Mungkin sambil dilihat, I'd like to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Seberapa besar sih arti putri bagi kamu?
I didn't even know this was gonna happen.
I know.
Oh. Ngelihat foto ini aja langsung bikin terharu banget. Oh, you're gonna make me emotional.
Emotional now.
Karena aku lihat foto ini kayak wow, looking back, kayak bertahun-tahun dan semua usaha, semua challenges. Ya mungkin ini jadi momen yang paling bahagia dalam hidup aku, tapi juga banyak banget tantangannya, prosesnya sangat panjang, so it like makes me so emotional looking back at it. Ya kalau bahas arti Putri Indonesia pasti it's life changing. Buat aku life changing sekali. Putri Indonesia membentuk diri kita yang sekarang.
Yeah.
I think I can say for all putris.
Amen.
Ya mungkin itu juga jadi bagian sosok kita. If you like it or not, you're always gonna be remembered. Kita selalu akan diingat sebagai Putri Indonesia. And it's gonna be stuck with us for the rest of our life. So looking at this photo brings me so much pride and like also
a big part
emotional.
of you for life
yeah.
now. Kita foto sama 19-year-old Fred.
19-year-old me, 19 tahun loh guys. Aku di sini nggak nyangka.
Oh kayak what the clock rewinds because you look like you're not aging.
Masih sama kan?
Masih tambah muda.
Oh yes.
Perjalanan Frederica sebagai Putri Indonesia telah mengajarkan banyak orang bahwa kecantikan sejati terletak pada tindakan kita dan bagaimana kita menggunakan suara yang kita miliki untuk memberikan dampak positif pada masyarakat yang membutuhkan.
Kau persembahkan untuk bangsa.